When you feel lost, Jesus is still with you. When you feel lost, when your heart is tired, when the road ahead feels confusing and dark, this message is for you. Right now, you may feel like you don't know who you are anymore. You may feel disconnected, forgotten, or unsure of where life is taking you. You've tried to stay strong, but deep inside, you feel empty. But listen carefully. Just because you feel lost does not mean you are alone. Just because you don't see the way does not mean God has left you. Jesus is closer than you think. Tonight, today, in this very moment, Jesus is walking beside you, even if you can't feel his hand. Stay with this message. Don't scroll away, because what you're about to hear may be exactly what your soul needs. This is not an accident. This is a divine reminder. When you feel lost, Jesus is still with you. Feeling lost does not mean you are forgotten. There are moments in life when everything feels unclear. You wake up, but you don't feel alive. You move forward, but it feels like you're going nowhere. You ask yourself questions you never imagined asking. Why am I here? What went wrong? Why do I feel so far from God? And the silence feels heavy. But listen closely. Feeling lost does not mean you are forgotten. It means you are in a season where God is working quietly. The Bible never promised that faith would remove confusion, but it did promise that God would never abandon you in it. Jesus said, "I am with you always, even to the end of the age." Not only when you are strong, not only when you pray perfectly, not only when your faith feels powerful. He is with you when you are weak. He is with you when you doubt. He is with you when you cry alone at night. Sometimes God allows us to feel lost so we stop relying on our own direction and start trusting His. Think about this. If you always knew the way, you would never need a shepherd. And Jesus is the Good Shepherd. When you don't know where to go, He knows exactly where you are. You may feel invisible right now, but heaven sees you clearly. Every tear you've cried, every silent prayer you couldn't even finish, Jesus noticed it all. You are not wandering by accident. You are being led, even if it doesn't feel like it yet. Jesus walks closest when the path is darkest. There is something powerful you need to understand. Jesus does not wait for you at the destination. He walks with you through the confusion. When the path is dark, when the future feels uncertain, when fear whispers that you're alone, that is when Jesus walks closest. The enemy wants you to believe that being lost means God has left you. But the truth is the opposite. Jesus often reveals Himself most clearly in our broken seasons. Remember the disciples on the road to Emmaus. They were confused, disappointed. They thought everything was over, and Jesus walked right beside them. But they didn't recognize Him at first. That's how it is sometimes. Jesus is walking with you right now, even if your pain has blinded you to His presence. He hears the questions you're afraid to ask. He understands the exhaustion you don't talk about. He knows how heavy your heart feels today. And He is not angry with you for feeling lost. He is gentle. He is patient. He is kind. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to be strong today. You just need to keep walking, one step at a time. Even if all you can say is, "Jesus, I don't understand," that prayer is enough. Because when you feel lost, Jesus is still with you, and He is leading you somewhere greater than you can imagine. When you feel lost, God is rebuilding you. There are seasons when God does not explain what He is doing. He simply asks you to trust Him, and that is often the hardest part. You feel lost because what once made sense no longer does. The plans you had fell apart. The prayers you prayed didn't unfold the way you expected. And now you're standing in the middle of change, wondering if God is still near. But hear this clearly. God never wastes a season of confusion. When you feel lost, God is not punishing you. He is rebuilding you. Sometimes God has to take you apart gently, so He can put you back together stronger. He is removing things that were hurting you. He is breaking habits that were limiting you. He is reshaping your heart so it can hold more peace, more purpose, more love. And yes, rebuilding is uncomfortable. It feels lonely. It feels slow. It feels uncertain. But construction always looks messy before it looks beautiful. You may not recognize yourself right now, but God does. He sees the future version of you, the healed version, the stronger version, the faithful version. And Jesus is standing right beside you saying, "Trust me, I'm not finished. You are not lost. You are being transformed." Jesus understands the feeling of being lost. There is something comforting you must remember. Jesus understands what it feels like to be lost. He was misunderstood. He was rejected. He was abandoned by people He loved. On the cross, Jesus cried out, my God, why have you forsaken me?" He knows the pain of silence. He knows the ache of confusion. He knows what it feels like when heaven feels far away. So when you cry, when you question, when you feel empty, Jesus does not turn away. He moves closer. He sits with you in the pain. He holds you in the waiting. He carries you when you don't have the strength to walk. You don't have to hide your emotions from Him. You don't have to pretend you're okay. Bring your broken heart to Jesus. Bring your fear. Bring your doubts. He can handle them. And slowly, quietly, He begins to replace your confusion with peace. Not all at once, not overnight, but step by step. Because healing is a journey, and Jesus walks every step with you. You are being led even when you can't see the way. Right now, you may feel like you're standing at a crossroads with no signs, no clear answers, no visible direction. But faith does not require sight. It requires trust. The Bible says, "Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path." Notice it does not say a spotlight for the entire journey, just a lamp for the next step. God often reveals the path one step at a time, so you learn to depend on Him, not the plan. You may not know where you'll be next year. You may not know how things will work out, but you know this: Jesus is with you. And if Jesus is with you, you are never truly lost. Every delay has a purpose. Every closed door has a reason. Every tear is seen. One day you will look back and realize that the season you thought was losing you was actually guiding you. So don't give up. Don't lose hope. Don't stop trusting. Jesus is leading you, even when you can't see the way. When you feel weak, Jesus carries you. There are moments when you don't feel strong enough to keep going. Moments when even prayer feels exhausting. Moments when all you can do is breathe and hope. And you may think, if I had more faith, I wouldn't feel this way. But listen carefully. Faith is not about how strong you feel. It's about who you lean on when you're weak. Jesus never asked you to carry the weight of life alone. When your strength runs out, His begins. The Bible says, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." That means your weakness is not a failure. It is an invitation for Jesus to step in, to lift you up, to carry what you can't. When you feel like giving up, Jesus whispers, "Rest, I've got you." When your heart feels heavy, He holds it gently. You may feel like you're barely surviving, but Jesus sees you as enduring. And even when you don't have the strength to walk, He carries you forward. This season will not last forever. What you're going through right now is real. The pain is real. The confusion is real. But this season is not permanent. God never leaves His children in the wilderness forever. The waiting will end. The answers will come. The peace will return. One day, the fog will lift. One day, clarity will replace confusion. One day, joy will find you again. And when that day comes, you will realize that God was with you the entire time. He was shaping you, strengthening you, preparing you. The broken places in your heart will become testimonies of His faithfulness. What feels like a delay is actually divine timing. So hold on, not because life is easy, but because Jesus is faithful. When you feel lost, Jesus is still with you. If you are listening to this right now, this message found you for a reason. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are deeply loved. Jesus sees you. Jesus knows you. Jesus is walking with you right now, even in the silence, even in the uncertainty, even in the pain. So take a deep breath. You don't need to have it all figured out today. You just need to trust the one who does. When you feel lost, when your heart feels tired, when the road ahead feels unclear, remember this truth: Jesus is still with you, and He always will be.